kind of just wondering how the wide receivers have been able to improve, specifically going up against the DBs that the team's got too, and how much, the old adage, iron sharpens iron, how much can that help you improve?
Well, I can tell you this, when you go against secondary like we have, those two corners, you have no choice but to get better. I mean, it's just like somebody playing golf. If you play it long enough, you're going to eventually get better. And those guys are really good, and it helps us because we're not going to face I really believe we're not going to face two better corners or two bigger corners in our play. So, it makes you better because you got to be physical. You got to be on top of your game, and they're really good.
What'd you see from the scrimmage on Saturday from your group?
From my group at scrimmage, I saw some guys making plays. I saw guys really meaning something for them to make plays. Guys weren't all by themselves. They were a group. They were helping each other. Cheering for each other, and competing for each other. And competing against each other. And that's what I want. I want a group that they can every day come out and compete, but at the same time cheer for each other because we are a team.
How has Dorian Baker changed his just day-to-day approach to football since you've gotten here?
Well, Dorian is every day, I challenge him just to be a better person, a better man, and to grow, continue to grow, to become more consistent. And it's the same challenge that we all have every day. I challenge myself every day to become a better man and be on time for things and do things the right way, be more organized. Little things like that. I think he's just never, really been challenged in that way, and he's embraced it. He wants to become better. He wants, he asks a lot of questions, spends more time studying, and I see a Dorian that's blossoming into where he wants to be a leader. He wants to be a leader of his group. He still has a little ways to go, but I think the guys around him, they see that that's what he really wants.
With all that talent that he has, if he gets that part of it sort of situated, what is his ceiling? What is his potential?
Well, he has a lot of potential. Dorian has a lot of potential, but we all know potential does not pay bills. So, he has to be able to put it down on paper, put it down on the field. He has to be able to show everybody what he can do. And, I tell him all the time, you look at yourself. If I had your type of body back in the day, I'm telling how great I would have been. But, I just work every day. You got to work. You got to continue to come out here every day to get in your thought process. Once you step on this field, is I got to get better today.
Coach Stoops mentioned on Saturday that Garrett Johnson made a nice play, and then Coach Grant today mentioned that Ross made another nice catch. So you kind of seeing the receivers make some of them tough cases that they'll need to make in the SEC?
Well, I think as a group, these guys have really challenged themselves to become better players. We made some big plays. We make big plays every day, we chart them in the room. These guys are trying to make the hard catches. I tell them all the time, you got to make that play. Your quarterbacks will have more confidence in you if you make those plays, some of the tough catches. They're really embracing it. They want to go out and make plays, and when they don't, they're disappointed. They know I'm disappointed, so I think they get a little disappointed. Maybe they want to make old Coach LT happy.
What made you do the thing with the seating front based on the depth chart? Some of the guys have mentioned that as sort of a motivational factor.
Well, I just wanted those guys to understand that no one has a starting position. You got to, and every day you got to come in and battle for that starting position. You just can't feel comfortable about where you are. I always, I have to go back to what I know and at the University of Miami as a guy who was a leading receiver for 3 years. Every day I had to come to practice. I didn't want to miss a practice because I was afraid somebody else was going to take my spot. But it only made our group better. And that's what I'm trying to get here. And you got to understand, these guys all played as freshmen. And I'm not saying the receivers group was good, but they were able to stay in the game and things like that because we really didn't have that much depth. But now we have depth, and they got to understand that I can't get the job done. There's 2-3 guys behind me that are scratching at the bud to get in that ball game. And that makes you play a lot differently than, well, I know nothing's going to happen, so who cares?